Guys, so it is 10:41 p.m. on December 4th, which means it's almost December 5th, and I have not vlogged at all today. I had a really rough day, I won't lie. Last night I was up or I guess this morning, I was up until 5 a.m. editing. So I did that, and then I had to be up at 9 to go to the post office, or 10, 9 or 10, something like that. Not very long after, essentially. So went to the post office to drop off some things, and then came home and was going to upload the vlog that you guys hopefully have already seen, because it did wind up going up, but there was a bunch of drama to get it up. It essentially, my computer was a jerk all day, so my internet went out in the middle of me uploading. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this whole story, but like, it's a vlog and my life, and like, I feel like it's pertinent. So anyway, long story short, someone is texting me. Oh, the internet went out at like 80%, which is weird. My internet never really goes out. And so I was like, whatever, I couldn't get it to connect again. So I ran downstairs, and we have like, some of our stuff is hardlined into the router. And so I stole one of those cords, plugged it into my computer, got the vlog up, no problem. Well, then I took a nap, which turned into like a lot of sleep. And I woke up at like 3:30 and was like, I'm gonna check comments, and my computer still wouldn't connect to the internet. Oh, my mom's calling. We will resume this later. Okay, so my mom called, and I was on the phone with her for 2 hours, and then my husband called, and I was on the phone with him for an hour, and now it's 2 a.m. How do people do vlogs every day and still be human? I don't understand. So I thought about just, you know, not uploading tomorrow, or rushing and filming something in the morning, and I'm awake right now. So I think I am going to film a sort of like 10 facts about me, or like get to know me, or something like that, because I was gonna do a Q&A, but that feels weird, and my dog is licking my other dog. Hey bear. Oh, he's licking himself. I thought they were licking each other. And anyway, like, I usually film my Q&As on my bed, which like I could still do. I could clean, like, totally. But then I would probably feel the need to put makeup on and, you know, look human. But it's 2 in the morning, and that is just not something I'm interested in doing at all. So, we are gonna do like a 10 facts about me in a super chill setting while I'm in my pajamas, and it's 2 a.m. and that's life, and sometimes you have crummy days, and I don't know what all I told you guys, but I had a bunch of computer trouble earlier today. I had computer trouble last night, and some other trouble later in the day, and yeah. So, he is licking again. Can you guys hear that? That's the worst noise. Baby, stop it. It's gross. Thank you. So, anyway, during these 5 hours of conversations, I have not had a chance to eat. So I am gonna eat, and then we will get started with the other stuff. Plus, I'm gonna figure out why my dog won't stop licking. I see you. You stop it right now. He's gonna start again when I stop paying attention, I'm sure. I also need to think of some facts about me that might be interesting for you guys. There's not a lot about me on my YouTube, so this should be fun. All right, so I'm gonna do 10 facts about me that you guys might not have known or might have known, or who knows, but I'm gonna do 10 of them. And a little bit of a different setup right now because I don't feel like messing with the rest of my room for my usual setup. And I was gonna turn my lights on, but it's fine. It's 2:17 in the morning and I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, let's get started. I wrote a list. I don't know if I'm gonna strictly follow it, but I wrote one because I ramble. I'm rambling right now. So, first fact is the most straightforward one. My name is Tori and I'm 23 and I run this page and all of the social media. So the second fact is that I'm married and I just got married this year in April, the end of April. And I married a man named Jake and I have known him for almost 9 years. We have been together on and off since like 2009 and we're together less on and off, strictly on, not long after I graduated high school in 2012. So third fact is I currently live in Ohio and I was born in Ohio, but I was sort of raised everywhere. I grew up a little bit of everywhere. I'm not even kidding. I've lived in a few states in the US. I've actually seen less of the US than I have of Europe. I spent a fair bit of time in Finland. My sister Ava, that you guys have seen before if you are a regular on my channel, she was born in Finland. So I spent some time there, in Austria, in Switzerland, in just a bunch of places. I even went to boarding school in one of those places as a day student for a couple years. So like I spent, I think it was about 8 years growing up a little bit of everywhere. And then I came back to Ohio right before high school and got to go to high school at the same school for 4 years, which was great because I jumped schools a lot growing up. And yeah, I've been in Ohio ever since and I do like being home. It is beautiful overseas and some days I miss it, but being home is also very nice. I don't mind Ohio nearly as much as I think I would if I didn't travel so much as a kid. So as my fourth fact, I thought I would talk about how much I read. So I read all the time, and when I'm not reading, like if I don't have time to read, I listen to audiobooks, and that is one of my all-time favorite hobbies. I've read a ton since I was a kid, and I read a ton as an adult. My backdrop when I film in my bedroom is my bookcases. I love them, and I have organized them excessively because I am an extra person, and yeah, that's how I am. I've always loved reading, and that sort of form of escapism. I also really like watching TV and movies and stuff, but reading has always been at the top of my list. And of course, as an adult, I have had less time to read, but that has only fueled my love for audiobooks. I used to hate audiobooks, but when you really miss reading and you don't have time to actually sit down and read a book, audiobooks are amazing. So stemming from that love, one of my all-time favorite books or series is Harry Potter. If you couldn't tell, I have an entire Harry Potter shelf right there. It actually extends beyond that shelf, obviously, but that's where the books are. I have 2 sets of the books, and I have some wands and stuff like that. Because I moved a lot as a kid, I didn't always get to bring all of my books with me. Sorry, I'm gonna move you over a little. But because we moved a lot as a kid, I didn't always get to bring all of my books with me, but my mom always made sure that I could have my Harry Potter books, so I reread them over and over and over again as a kid, especially in some of the countries we lived in where I didn't have like a lot of access to English books and English speaking people. Like in Switzerland, they didn't really have like in a lot of the places I went to, they had like American schools where people spoke English, but in like Switzerland especially, I went to a French school, even though I didn't speak French. You can do the math on how well that went. So I reread those books over and over again. In fact, my original set, which is over here, is so battered and bruised, this set here, that I'm surprised that it has survived as long as it has, because those are like original copies that my mom bought for me as I was growing up, as they were coming out. So yeah, that's one of my all-time favorite series, and the movies are one of my all-time favorites as well. So when I met my husband, I also met his mother, and his mother is deaf. So because of her, I have learned a fair bit of sign language. I wouldn't say I'm fluent, because I don't always speak proper sign language. It's just like, I took ASL in college for a little while. I only went to college for a year, so I took it the year I was there. And then she has taught me a lot at home, but I don't always have the correct form, but I am decently good at understanding ASL and communicating in ASL, and so I figured I would put that in the list because that's sort of a fun fact. Also, some of you guys noticed that I was signing in yesterday's video, which I thought was funny because I had it sped up times 10 and people still noticed it, so that was amusing. Number 7 is that I actually didn't really have pets growing up. There was like a handful of animals in my life. Most of them belonged to family members. I had a cat for a short period of time, but we moved a lot and she couldn't come with us. We tried. She went to the vet and got shots in order to be able to put on the plane, and she had a really bad reaction to them. So she was rehomed. And then I had a hamster for a little while, which actually we got when I lived in Connecticut in the US for a little while, and we got him there, and I actually drove back home to Ohio, and he came with me, so that was cool. That was like one of my only pets growing up that like I had for its full lifespan. And then I didn't get another pet until we got Felix, who is still alive and well. We got him my junior or senior year of high school, so I think 2011 or so. So yeah, I figured I'd mention that because a lot of pet tubers sort of grew up with animals, and I grew up loving animals, but I had to love them from a distance just because of our lifestyle. One of my other favorite hobbies is makeup, and I know that probably sounds funny with a bare face, but I really love makeup. I think it's really creative. Some of my videos you guys will see I have like full face on, and some of them I don't have like anything on, and yeah, I just love makeup. I love to play with it. I used to have a really massive collection of it. Now I've got it down to some bare basics. I do have a fairly large brush collection though, but I have pared down my makeup a fair bit, even though I love it, because I also developed rosacea when I was about 19 or 20, and which is like the normal age to develop it, and it wasn't very severe, but it's more severe now than it used to be. So I have to be careful about how much makeup I wear, because if I wear too much makeup, it can cause a really bad flare-up. On Vlogmas day 1, I had a flare-up going on across my cheeks, and you can actually kind of see it in the video. And that's just kind of my normal for me. I love makeup so much that I risk it a lot of the time. But it's just part of my normal. That's also why, like, I would love to put makeup on right now, because I like wearing it and all of that fun stuff. And if I didn't have rosacea, I wouldn't mind putting it on and then taking it off like an hour later when I'm done filming, because that would be fun for me. That's like, it relaxes me. But putting makeup on like that would definitely make my skin irritated for tomorrow, and no point in doing that when it's relatively clear right now. So yeah, love makeup, but I have rosacea. Back on a more personal note, I have 3 sisters, and they are all significantly younger than me. I have one 8 years younger than me, one 18 years younger than me, and then one 19 years younger than me. You guys have seen my middle sister, Ava. She's been on my channel. She has a channel of her own, which I don't think is active because she's very busy in school. Yeah, you guys have met her, I think more than once, but at least once. And then I have another sister who was in yesterday's video, sort of. Her face isn't in it, but you know, you hear her in that. And then I have one more sister who has not been on my channel at all. So yeah, a big group of girls, and I am the oldest of all of them. I'm the only adult in the batch. And my final fun fact is that my natural hair color is kind of like a gray blonde, like light brown color. You guys can see it up there, and you can see it in my eyebrows. But I have had my hair pretty much every color of the rainbow. It wasn't until about 2012 or 2013 that I went red kind of on a permanent basis. And so I've had it some shade of red or pink since then. And you guys have, I started my channel not too long after that. I started my channel in 2014. I don't know if I showed my face until like 2015, but you guys have seen like the last 2 years where I did a lot of pinks and orange for a little while. And yeah, but before that I've done purple and blue, and I did like a fire thing once where it was like, not like traditional fire, but like I had like pink, orange, and yellow kind of like blended through, and I was bleach blonde, so I put fun colors in it then. Yeah, I've had a lot of different hair colors, but I have settled on the red because I can do it myself. It's really easy. My stepmom was doing my hair every couple months before she passed away, so you can see like I had some blonde left over from that. That's just because I haven't dyed my hair in a long time, and when it fades, all that blonde comes back. But yeah, I have had my hair pretty much every color of the rainbow except for my natural color. Since I was like 12, I want to say, I decided that I just didn't really like my hair color then, and we did highlights for a while, and then I found a box of red hair dye, and that was the first time I ever tried red, and it turned out like fire engine red, like really red. And I actually loved it. Like, I was embarrassed at first, but I loved it. And that was because I put that on my hair because I had tried to bleach my whole head blonde and failed miserably. And of course, because I was like 12, and so I put the red over top of it because it was so embarrassing, and then I put a black over top of it, which was also embarrassing, and then I grew it all out and had my natural hair for like a year. That was like my freshman year of high school, and that was the last time I had natural hair. The very last time. So that was 2009. So yeah, it's been like 8, almost 9 years since I've had a natural hair color. So yeah, that was it. Oh, that's also why like my eyebrows never match my hair if I'm not wearing makeup, because my eyebrows are usually very, very light. I actually tint them so you can sort of tell where it's washing out, where it's like darker in the front and very faint in the tail. I'm also growing my eyebrows out right now to reshape them, but that's a whole other thing. But anyway, yeah, I think that's it. Hopefully this was enough content for you guys and you enjoyed this. Sorry, it's not really a vlog, but like, a video every day is the important part, and I've been wanting to do one of these videos for a long time, just albeit not very this casual. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.